Okay, I'm back. While I was waiting on that little break, I painted the other side. Kind of looks like a couple of mermaid tails. I can see that I'm going to need another coat to brighten it up a little bit and straighten it up. But I'll do all the fine detail work at the end. So now what I'm going to do is paint something on top of here. The moment you've all been waiting for. I didn't draw it in or anything yet, but I'm going to. Let me see what I did with them. I have them hidden around here somewhere. Let's see. Here they are. I'm going to paint this one down here. And I'm going to paint. Now this paint is wet here, but I'm going to paint this one here. That's what we're going to have. I didn't draw them on here yet. I figured I'm just going to try and do it freehand, which might turn out to be a catastrophe. But let me get a visual image. So I'm going to kind of turn this in the direction I need it for my hand. So I'm going to push them down in there a little bit, like right there. Actually, he has to kind of come up right about right there. But I'm going to make his wings span out to the edge of the painting. But that's what it's going to look like. I'm also going to repaint some of the streaks, go over them again. No, I think I'm going to draw it on there with my graphite pencil. And yeah, because the angle of that might throw me off. So I'm just going to, let me see if I can turn them just a little bit. Right like this, huh? Maybe right there. So I'm just going to draw around here just to give me some guidelines. Come on. And this paint is just a little bit tacky yet. I know you won't be able to see that. I can see it though. All right, and I'm going to just use the top of that. Maybe let's get that in there a little bit more. Okay. Get this down a little bit more. Right there. Okay. So I'm going to just kind of draw around the edge of this a little bit for some guidelines. see if it's showing up. Not really. Not really showing up. So I'm just going to have, oh, wait a minute. I can just barely see this one here. Right there. And okay, I can just barely see it. The light has to hit it in the right direction. There's his head. Okay. His head is right here. Okay. And got a pretty thick pocket of paint right here. Okay. So let's just kind of go up here. There. Kind of looks even. Alright. And then about right here. Just to get a guideline. This paint is still a little bit tacky in places. Just kind of a straight line there. Okay, I have some guidelines now. I guess you can kind of see that on the camera. I'm paint it in white. Then I'm going to go over it with purple and green and try and draw a little detail in them. Okay. For this, I think I'm going to use a different brush. Just grab another brush. I'm going to use a filbert brush. It's kind of a big one. Use my medium. This one here is a size unknown. Okay, size 7. It's kind of a big brush yet, but let's start. I'm going to load this brush up a little bit. And just to get a good outline there. Go up here. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, they do look like mermaid tails, don't they? Not going to be a mermaid, though. Okay. It's going to take a few coats because I'm actually just working with pigments and painting medium. I'll just do a little bit more angle here. There we go. All right. Work down here again. My hand's a little shaky. Guess I drank too much coffee this morning. The white is pearlescent. It's going to take a couple of coats. I'm actually going to go on top of this with purple and green too. So it's not going to be white. White. I might leave it white. What I'm going to do, I think I got some iridescent white by Liquitex. I think I'm going to go on top with this. What this mixture is a little bit of this paint. Jewelescent interference gold. Now, when the light hits this at a certain angle, it shines gold. It's kind of pearl. And then I mixed it with pearlescent medium. I put some Floetrol in it to prolong, the working time. But I think what I'm going to do is just use straight pearlescent on top of this, just for the dragonfly. So what I'm going to do, I think maybe there are bare spots in here yet, so I plan on going over the top of this again with another coat and straightening out the lines to make it look like he's like flying up from something. I love patina. Yeah, patina is really cool. I was thinking about let me show you. Let me close this up because I'm going to switch. And I see a drop that I dropped on here. And I have to get that wiped up. I use just a paper towel and a little squirt of alcohol. This is isopropyl alcohol. And I just spray a little bit on. And if I dribble, this cleans it right off. So clean the whole paint off if you rub it long enough. But I use that to fix little oops. See it, it'll take the surface off too if I let it. But no, patina, I've been doing some jewelry work, and I've got a leather band right here that I made. I was thinking about making some of these patina color. Right now I've got blue sparkle paint on it. My husband put the snap on, and he actually put the snap on the wrong side. This is the flesh side of the leather, and there's the skin side. So, but I'm going to cover it with beads anyways. And yeah, patina, I love the color of patina. Put some rust effects in it. I love metallics. In the video I did earlier, I showed all of the pigments that I used to make these paints. And yesterday, I did a video making the paints. I don't have it uploaded yet. I'm going to take all of these videos and I'm going to edit these live streams that I'm doing. And I'm just going to break them down, take the dead spots out, and break it down into shorter segments, put them together, and make one longer video with probably music and text and upload it on my other channel. See, as this dries, it's kind of disappearing into the background. So I think I'm going to go over the top of this with just regular iridescent paint. So I think I'm going to go with a little bit smaller brush. I'm going to use an angle brush now. Let me see which one. I don't know what cup it's in. I love angle brushes. Let me see. Angle brushes are like some of my favorite to work with. See, this is a number 5. Number 5 angle brush. These are Montmartre brushes. They're the long handled. They've been some of my favorite brushes. They're synthetic, very soft. Love them, love them. Okay, I'm just gonna I'll show you what I use for a painting tray. I buy a pack of these plastic plates from the Dollar Tree. I get like 10 of them for $1, and I just toss them out when I'm done using them. I won't need much. What I'm going to do is just put a little sprinkle of the Julescent. So let me get my mask. I got to wear a mask with this stuff because it's so fine. I'm just going to use a little paper mask. And I'm going to bring a little bit out and dump it there. Hold on a second. Make it stick there. Now you do not want to breathe this powder because it's no good for your lungs. And this stuff is so fine, it flies around. So you got to wear a mask. Okay. Oh yeah, I am feeling much better. Much better. Both mentally and physically. I think I'm going to put a little bit of Floetrol in here. Oh, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. I wonder if I open the shutter here, if you could. No, that don't help. just looks like white, but I can see the gold in it. It's beautiful. Okay, just put a couple drips of Floetrol in here. I'm going to put my Floetrol in a little cup so I don't wind up making a big mess. I've got a gallon of Floetrol. It's gonna be hard to just drop a couple drops out of here. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit in a cup. There we go. Drop a little bit of Floetrol on here. That's about it. Just a little bit. Because our acrylic paints dry so fast. And that Floetrol gives you a little bit of working time. Let's see. The iridescent paint is semi-translucent. You can see right down here, there's a little box. If the box is all black, that means it's opaque. If there's no black in that box, that means it's transparent. And this one you can see is half and half. So that means it's semi-transparent. Plus I put the interference gold in here. And that's going to make it a little bit less transparent too. So let me turn this so it's easier angle to paint on. There. Got my brush loaded pretty darn good. I think that's almost too much. Won't be able to control it that well. So I'm just gonna wipe some of that off. I got it right here. Put some back on. Okay, so here we go. I'm still going to paint over the top of this with purple and green. So, it's not perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect yet. Got a long way to go. A lot of layers yet. Layers and layers. Kind of fat here. Now I gotta make the other side a little fatter. There we go. A little fatty. Big fat wings. This wing don't look right. But we'll fix it. It's okay. Sure is. We can fix it. When I go on top of it with the purple, that'll fill in a lot of the oopses. Okay. I'm just going to leave this dry right now. And we're going to leave that one alone. But this wing is just a little bit too fat. So I'm going to fill in underneath here with some of that color. And we'll fix that later. I'm going to actually outline this too with another color, which might even be black. So I'm not really worried about anything looking out of proportion right now. In fact, I could even go like that and fatten up this wing down here to make them look a little bit more in proportion. That did it. You know, it's not a realistic painting anyways. It is abstract. So now I want to put one of the dragonflies over here, but this is really wet yet over here. So I'm thinking about just leaving that dry for a while. And continue working over here. I want to put the other color in here, but I'm going to wait until this white is a little bit more dry. I like to get together with some of the other people that are interested in art once a month, do like a paint challenge with certain colors. You know, it doesn't matter if it's a paint pour, brush painting, whatever, and just kind of do some paintings, you know, whatever we think of, just, you know, with certain color themes. See what you think about that. I'm going to let that dry. You want to do that, Patriot Kitty? I haven't gone and looked at your channel yet. For now, I'm just going to wipe the paint off of here and get another use out of this before I throw it out. But yeah, and actually, you know, alcohol too, if you want to clean these up and salvage them a little bit. When I get them real full, then I just throw them out. But alcohol is not taking the pearlescent off of there very easily. I might have to soak it. There, I sprayed some on and I'm going to soak it for a minute. Then I should be able to wipe that off. Sometimes pearlescent just doesn't wipe up that easy. I'm going to outline this wing and stuff in his body with a little bit of black. So I have a long way to go. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this today. I have a lot going on today. I gotta watch my time. I can only go till about 10 o'clock today, Central Time. See, it's wiping off. I go through a lot of paper towel. So, yeah, that's what it's going to be, is dragonflies on top of water with this. I'm going to work on these a little bit more and fill them in with more color maybe. And so I got a long way to go. Layers and layers, you know how it is. So I'm going to let this dry for a little while. Maybe I'll hit it with the hair dryer. Torch it. No, I don't have any bubbles in this. I only torch it to pop the bubbles and bring up like cells from the layers of paint underneath if I'm using different colors and silicone, but otherwise normally I don't torch them. This background I torched because it was a paint pour. It was on there pretty thick. I'm really satisfied with the way it dried. There's no cracks, no crazing. I cannot use glue in my medium because I get cracks, I get crazy. It just ruins the piece, I think. For me, I don't know how other artists are successful using glue for a medium. I have not been successful with that. But yeah, now you get an idea of what it's going to be. And I'm just going to let those colors dry for a little bit and go over it again. It's going to be layers on top of layers. And I think I evened out the wings. They're not so out of proportion now. Some people have been using, what kind of oil was that? Vegetable oil? I've not had good results with it. But what I'm going to try is this spray. I have some spray. It's mold release for my resin work. Yeah, I use coconut serum too, but I've got some mold release. One of these days, I'm just going to spray that on top of a paint pouring and see what it does. I've used Rain-X. I've used alcohol. Yeah, alcohol makes it like, it's like magic. Yeah. Rain-X, when you spray it on there too, it works kind of like the alcohol. Just spritz it, just as light as possible. Sometimes I like to dip a comb. I've got like a hair pick. Here it is. It's well used. One of my hair picks I donated to painting. I will dip this in silicone and then touch it on my painting. Or then I'll use a skewer and put the cells where I want them, you know, if I've got layers of paint in there, because that works really good when you do flip cups or swipes and you don't use anything in there and you want to control where the cells go. I use a skewer, I dip it in my silicone oil, and I just touch the painting, just little tiny drops, and they grow. I kind of like controlled painting. Here's some of the other pigments that I'm using. My spring, this is purple amethyst. I mix this in with the paint, and once it mixed with, wait a minute, there's something here. Wait, I gotta do surgery. Gotta do surgery. I don't want to touch the painting, but there's a hair. Come on. Got it. I'm shedding. I shed worse than the dogs. Okay, yeah, this here, purple, turned out like this when I mixed it with the iridescent medium. See the difference in color? Hey, Kimberly, good morning. So, yeah, it got really lightened up. I wonder what it would be like if I lightly sprinkled this powder right directly onto the board and I brushed into it. You know, I brushed it out. If I would have darker streaks, that might be interesting to try. I might think about that for a bit. But right now I have to just wash my brush because I don't let my brushes sit in water. I take them out and I just wipe them off right away. Yeah. I never let them sit in water. Yeah, I might angle this side down just a little bit more because it looks like it's, you know, it's not angled like the other side. This side, it's kind of wobbly. I got a ways to go. It's going to take a lot more layers yet. But now you can kind of see, you know, what I had planned. One of my paintbrushes broke on my last video and fell into the paint. Yeah. coffee and art with Miss Brenda. Actually, I'm drinking kombucha, and I've been on antibiotics for a while. My stomach is not well, and I'm trying to replace all the probiotics. So I've got me some Synergy Ginger Aid. I'm dealing with my like my stomach's not right. Trying to get my gut back into shape from all those antibiotics. I've got some homemade kombucha, but I'm not done yet with the second ferment, and it's pineapple coconut flavor, and I needed some ginger, because ginger is a wonderful herb, and that's why I went with the ginger aid. I love this stuff. And I made all my last batch of kombucha pineapple coconut pina colada. I love pina coladas. But I don't do the alcohol. So, but I still like pina colada flavor. So this batch was pina colada. But I'm only going to do about a half a bottle of this morning and maybe finish the bottle tonight, because I'm not going to drink a whole bottle of this right now. I just want to very slowly bring my gut back to where it needs to be. See how it tolerates this, and if it tolerates it well, I'll finish the bottle tonight. Keep it refrigerated, because this is unpasteurized raw kombucha, and it should stay refrigerated. So you just like eat raw ginger? Ooh, that's hot. That burn. I like to crystallize it, and I eat that raw. Kimberly, I did start early this morning, very early this morning, and I painted this one, and then I painted this one off camera, and then I came back and painted the dragonfly. But yeah, I was live earlier, and that's when I dropped the end of my paintbrush came off. I put it back on. I could squeeze it with my pliers, but I've got so many of them. I mean, these paintbrushes are really super old. They've served me well. I was kind of disappointed when it came apart. But when I painted this part this morning, it's in my prior video. The end came off. Fell right in there. So I can put it on here and give it a little squeeze. Now, if I do that, if you look at the shape of this, there's kind of like a ball here on the end. It's thicker. So if I put this on here and squeeze it, I'm going to squeeze it way back here. Yeah, raw ginger does kill a bellyache. It's good for motion sickness. It's a good anti-inflammatory. If you have arthritis, it does really help. So I think I'm gonna, how far is that? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna squeeze it right about here. Just give it a good squeeze. There. Doesn't pull off now. I saved it. Good, because these, I don't know, these cheap paintbrushes, this is like Crafter's Choice. They're cheap, and I like the ergonomics on them. I really love that because it's awesome when you're painting and you want to turn your brush. That it's just, it feels so good in your hand. You know, the cheapest brushes sometimes do the best work. And I got some, really expensive brushes, and then I've got some cheap brushes, and I like them all. Yeah, RA. I still got this knob on my wrist, and I feels like I'm starting to get one on the other side, the other wrist, but I have to get a different mouse. I've got something happening on my hand here. See if I can get it in a certain light. The skin is like really rough right here. You can't see it on cam, but you can see it's like there's a mark there. So it's doing something to the skin. And I'm going to, I've ordered a different mouse and a cordless mouse, so I'm not stuck in a position with, because I really got to take care of my hands, You got your salsa done? Oh, I'll bet you that salsa's really super good. Ah, I love salsa. You should I watch that because my husband's looks like it's broken. But he has one of those knobs on his wrist. God. All the things we gotta suffer through. In it. I'm gonna turn my cam off for a while. So Kimberly, do you feel like coming up? Telling me about that? And telling me all about your salsa? It's okay if you're busy. You don't have to, but I'll put the link in the chat. If you want to come up, that's fine. I'm going to take a break from the painting anyways. I'm going to actually download all these painting segments and put them together. Take out the dead spots, speed up the camera, and put music with it. Maybe tell a story, do a visual story. Because I've been hanging around on some inspiring, positive, inspirational websites and listening and reading a lot to help inspire positive thought. And, it's like, these sites made me think of my own situations that, and I'd like to speak that way and tell a story that turns out really positive. So I'm thinking about doing some visual storytelling. And I think what I'm going to do is just download all these live videos and put them together on a shorter video while I tell a story. I'm going to upload them on my other channel. Yeah, salsa is so good. I like scoops, Frito-Lay's scoops. I love them, love them. I love them too much. That's why, like, my diet starts in the grocery store, and that's why I don't buy them, because I love Frito-Lay scoops, and I will eat too many of them with salsa. You give me that combination, Frito-Lay scoops and salsa, and I'll eat that whole pint of salsa, and I'll suffer for it. But man, it's so good, and it's low in carbs. Except when you eat the Frito-Lays, and then that makes up for the carbs.
Salt.
How do you eat your salsa?
I just get tortilla chips.
Tortilla chips? Yeah.
Hmm. And then if I run out of those, I could eat a whole quart of salsa in a week, just myself.
I love salsa on taco salad.
But I make different. Most of it, like last year's, was badass salsa. The majority of it had the ghost peppers and
So high heat.
habaneros.
Yeah.
Right, because most of them like the high heat, just like my pickles. They're high heat. Put garlic and
Yeah, you were telling me
peppers
about
in them.
them.
They're spicy. They get spicier as they set. Like I let
Yeah.
them set for about 3 months, and oh man.
Yeah. Oh.
But no, I was telling you, he has a knot, and I just noticed. Went to grab his wrist, and I'm like, what the hell? It comes out right where your thumb joint is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, his is to where on the outside too. It's like it looks like it's broken. Like you see, what? Sorry, this MS flare is. I'm stressed out right now, so my stuttering and that could be worse today. Um,
Oh, you're okay.
it feels cockeyed. It looks broken, like it's
Yeah.
attached improperly from his hand.
Wow. Does it
But
give
he
him a
does.
lot of pain?
Yeah, he doesn't go to the doctor, so I do have him an appointment set up. So hopefully, I mean, it's too late now. I don't think that they could do anything.
Well,
But
mine, um, she x-rayed mine, and she determined it to be a ganglion cyst. And I
mhm.
read up on them, and they do go away over time. And I'd rather see if mine will go away. It's not bothering me at all.
Oh, I thought it was due to arthritis. I know you had the cyst. That's what I was saying. In the wrist, watch because he's not taking care of his.
I have arthritis in my spine.
Okay. I'm
Yeah, my
sorry.
my um I have different levels of advanced arthritis in my spine. It's degenerative disc disease.
Yeah, same
And
here.
in my joints, yeah, I've got some osteoarthritis. Um, but this one here in my wrist is a ganglion cyst. And from what I read up on them, it could take a year, but they do go away. At one time, it swelled up my whole hand, but since the swelling had gone down, this bump doesn't hurt me. And I'd rather see if it'll go away on its own compared to having surgery.
Does yours ever, like when you were, you had the toothache
You're gonna have to
before you
repeat
were on the,
that. You're gonna have to
maybe
repeat that
you had
Be-
your
because you
toothache.
because you cut out.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, try it.
Um, because of your toothache, does that cyst ever enlarge when you're not feeling well or you have infection?
No, I went
Okay.
through this infection without it getting bigger. In fact, it actually kind of looks a little smaller.
Okay.
It really does. It looks a little smaller.
Good.
But speaking of ginger, with your husband's wrist, um, do you know how to do a poultice?
Oh, my brain isn't anywhere
Well, what I
near
would do,
functioning.
what I would do, and I've done this before, and I've done it to other people, is to take a ginger root, even a little piece of it, and grind it up. You can do it in a blender, skin and all, and put put that mash right on the wrist with hot towels on top of it.
Hmm. You mean
And
when it's painful, causing a lot of pain?
yeah, it seems to reduce the pain. You can try it.
Well, I know what I've had to do is those little rice things that you can put in the microwave. I've got lots of those, and you nuke them for about 3 minutes, and he'll lay
Mhm.
it right on his, wrap his hand in it, his wrist.
You can even try just one slice of ginger, in right on the skin, and then put that heat pack on top of it. But I would suggest moist heat. Put a
Okay.
hot washcloth on top, and then put the rice pack on top of the washcloth.
Yeah, he won't let me mess with it until it gets to the point where it's cramping. But has gout in it too.
Men are
So
like that. Men
yeah,
are just like that.
yeah, yeah. Now I'll have to go back and see your first one. When I looked at the time, that they had me on the antibiotic and steroid to
Well,
uh,
yeah, Kimberly,
get these
there's,
stones and stuff down. I've not slept at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Um, this has got to
I
stop. I
figured
just
you
took
were
my last
sleeping
one.
good. Yeah, if you can't make
Like,
it, if you can't make it, hey, there's no obligation, and I totally understand.
they
Well,
hope.
the thing is, when you've got health issues, it's very hard to plan ahead.
Oh yeah,
Very hard.
that
And I
most
know
definitely.
that. I know
Most
that.
definitely. No, I was just laughing because for some reason I've been up, like my body's saying sleep, but my brain and my, all the things running through it saying no, no, no. Even my talk, I guess my
Your
mouth even.
your mind is like
Right.
hyper wired.
Yeah, it's like my daughter's like, Mom. I'm like, what? First I thought she was taking a filter and she used to do this. It would change the shape of your face, and she'd ask me questions, and then it would just morph your face into some funky shape. One day she asked me, she slowed my voice down. She's like, "Who's your best friend?" And I just looked and I said, "You are." Well, she slowed it down on everything and had my face it was just everywhere. I'll show you sometime. It's hilarious. I'm like, "You are," it made me sound real slow and goodness sakes.
My
So
son
I,
does
it,
weird
mm,
things to make me laugh. You know what he does? He films, he sets his camera when he goes in a gas station. They all know him, but
Mm.
he'll go in a gas station or he'll hand his phone to the girl who works there and says, "Here, film me." And then he'll go back like he's just walking in the door, and he walks real funny, real strange, hunches his shoulders up, kind of puts his head down, and takes these great big steps, like really weird stuff. And he has the girl film him. He'll go in, get what he wants. She can see down the aisle. He'll grab something, turn around, and come walking back up to her. And then he thanks her. He usually gives her a tip. Then he'll send me this video. And I picture him walking into these gas stations like this, all over the place. But and finally I caught on. I says, wait a minute. Who's filming you? And then he finally told me he had the girl do it because he told the girl he wants to send it to his mom and make her laugh.
Oh,
Yeah, every time
I
he's in a store, I swear I am related to some of these funny people in Walmart. It's my family. I've got the family of Walmart. They do weird things in Walmart.
I used me and some friends used to do that in the small town where I'm from. Of course, we'd pull our the waist of our pants up to almost our armpits and walk like Tim
Yeah,
Conway, or
yeah,
we'd wait. They used to pump your gas. We'd wait till the attendant and talk in strange voices. Mom.
yeah. I mean, like all day long, I get goofy videos from my son.
Yeah.
He's got this thing with his workers. He's like the crew manager, and what he does, they all day long to keep it interesting. They do like weird things, and film themselves, just real brief, very short videos, like 10 seconds, and they film themselves all doing this weird little task, and they send it to each other just to break up the monopoly and add a little interest to the day and stuff like that.
Mm,
But he does it with his crew to keep them, kind of keep it interesting at work. So I thought
that
that
it
was kind of
definitely
neat.
does.
Yeah, he's thinking about getting a different job, and if he does, I'm gonna have to be a driver.
Oh wow.
Me or my husband or both
Mm,
pick the kids up at the bus and take them home because he
oh,
drives in now from another town on his week with the kids, and he comes in. It's quite a drive. Just picks them up from where the school bus drops them off, and then
so
does that as drive them in the morning, has to pick them up. And it's the school bus is close to my house, so he won't get off work right away. He's going to need a driver, and
mm,
yeah, and then
I can
somebody
relate to
there
that.
after school until he gets home because don't want the kids. They're okay alone, once in a while or something, but what every
Right.
day that would be like latchkey
Uh,
kids.
yeah, but I never trusted my kids enough. And like I know how I was, you know. I'm like, I mean, I never threw any parties or nothing like that at home, but
I threw the parties. My parents didn't trust me with the house because I got caught. We had a quarter barrel, and when my folks came home, I mean, even the floor was sticky, and
mm,
from beer beans. But we were so drunk. Everybody is like laying on the couch, laying on the floor. Someone puked. I mean, it's just, oh my God, I got busted.
I forget where my husband and I went one time. The kids were only left once for like one night, and we were coming home the next evening, and they were teenagers, like teenagers. My dad was supposed to come by, and they're all of them went here. He actually was supposed to stay. He decided not to stay, and he would just periodically check. That's just how my dad worked.
Well, my
Needless to
folks
say,
would
there
go out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
my entire we have 9 acres, and I sit back way back off the road. It looked like evidently we were having throwing a concert, something. The drive was full, cars everywhere, basement. They were even up in my room because they at that point so many people, word of mouth had gotten out. There were so many people in here that they I had cameras stolen. Anything that anybody could get a hold of
Uh-huh.
was taken
Whoa.
and walk out. And of course, the one daughter that threw the party was down drinking in the basement and
Uh-huh.
didn't know what was happening on the main floor and the upper level. Oh my God.
I never had my friends steal from me or my parents.
Well, that she was drinking and that people were drinking here and
Well, here's the thing. They used to go out of town on the weekends to gamble. They'd go to Illinois because gambling wasn't allowed in Wisconsin. And they'd be gone um, till the wee hours of the morning. So, I had the place to myself all day and, all night mostly. I could pull it off. I grew up in Milwaukee. Come on, all the breweries. My dad worked at Schlitz. He always had a basement stocked. On forklift, those forklift things, pellets.
oh yeah.
He always had like two, three of them stocked up to the ceiling with cases of beer. He had kegs of beer. What do you expect? It gives back me
We
being
did.
a little
I never did
goody. I don't think they really expected me to be a little goody two
partier.
shoe with that kind of party material in the house. So
Yeah.
I was a naughty kid.
Yeah. Mm. I never could get by. I was never, anytime my facial expression would always tell the story. It,
Yeah,
so I
I'm
didn't even try.
I'm one of those with a exaggerated facial expressions.
Hmm.
I do because my yeah. Then I
And
have a
when
tick. I have a tick on one side of my face by my lips, and it'll make me smile on one side of my mouth, and it makes
hmm
me look cocky sometimes. It'll it's like blinking an eye. It'll do it and like repeatedly, like 10 times. And some of the medicine that I was on exaggerated it. It made it worse.
well, I'm
And
getting those.
now
You
that I
have
stopped all those meds, it hardly does it.
those wrinkles when you realize, between your eyebrows, those are your, I must walk around with the what the fuck look on my face quite often.
The worry, wrinkles,
No,
or
it's just like, if you look at somebody, like, what the fuck, that
oh
face, I
yeah,
must do that often.
yeah.
It's very deep.
Everybody is unique. Everybody's unique, and we were chosen for something or another.
Mm,
I think everybody was chosen for something.
I believe the
Like
purpose.
yeah, life's purpose, a mission, or and
I feel that.
yeah, and when we receive like an idea, it feels sometimes it feels like the universe has chosen us, as
What?
a a way to express that idea, you know,
Yeah,
and it can be um any kind of idea we have.
I agree. Make
And
sure
then
PK knows I can't see. I didn't say anything before I hopped on. I can't see chat from my phone, or if you're even able to. I don't know how to do that yet.
PK, she hasn't been chatting.
Just me and her. That's probably why she's not chatting out there. I just
Yeah,
didn't say bye or anything, but I did want to hop on. I just missed. I thought you were talking about arthritis in the wrist, or
yeah.
there on your hand.
Seems seems like she might have some of that going on too.
Yeah, mine's bad. It's my back, and
But for having, I've got carpal tunnel. I've had it. I've had surgery on carpal tunnel already a long time ago, but I think it came back. And um, you know, even through that, I just keep going.
mm,
A lot of things going on there, but you just
yeah,
gotta keep going when you get these certain ideas, and it feels like some kind of message that you got to do it.
yeah. I I try to I meditate and I go out into nature and stuff. That's how I deal with my pain. Like
Me
I
too.
told my husband, he said something. It wasn't anything mean, and I just said, listen, you
Yep.
know, I I have chose not to take any form of narcotic or anything that would actually alleviate my pain because I let them do that to me in the beginning, and I'm choosing to cope with my pain. Oh, he was complaining about the bird feed because it's like $27 a bag and
Yeah,
like
it really went up.
$40 a month. And I'm like, listen, you know, that helps me. Wintertime's coming, and I'm
Well,
not
if
going to be
that's your
able to.
entertainment, just think
Well,
of what
it's
you'd spend if you went to the bar for the night. hundred
well,
bucks.
yeah, but I don't drink, and we don't. I
Right.
can't go out and don't go out. But I told
Right. Me
him
either.
it.
So feeding the birds is part of my entertainment, and it brings me in touch with nature.
Well, I understand what he was saying without explaining the situation, but I
Yeah.
also had to say, hey, I'm drawing the line here.
Right.
I'm going to get, please pick up the bag of bird food I asked you to. Um,
Yeah.
because
Um.
I do things, not so much because I'm feeling up to it, I'm feeling able, I'm doing it because I know if I don't, I'm going to go down quickly for one, and then it'll take me to a dark place because
Well,
the pain is so intense.
do you know I read an article just a couple days ago, and this is some new science. They're finding out that our saliva is 3 times stronger than morphine.
Mm.
So they're starting to do studies on it. I told my husband I'm not going to allow him to spit in my mouth.
Oh, God. Oh, oh,
But yeah, they're starting to do studies, and they're finding out that the saliva is stronger than morphine. 3 times strong. Let me try and bring up that article. And I'll leave a link in the description of the video. Saliva is a pain killer. Okay, human saliva contains natural painkiller oporprin. Opyrophin. That's it, opyrophin. It acts by activating endogenous opioid dependent transmission and is said to be the modular of opioid pathways in humans. I know I say that word funny, opioids. Um, but yeah, it's a
So it's endocrinial.
yeah. So
I would be SOL because I've got salivary like stones. That's what Sjogren's does. That it blocks the salivary glands and causes swelling.
maybe that's why you have a higher pain level too.
Mm.
You know, that you can't produce that saliva. But they're wondering how to um, capture saliva, like to synthesize it.
Uh,
So if we ever get a prescription of saliva,
oh no way.
it better be synthesized,
Mm-mm.
synthetic. Please don't start bottling human saliva. Oh my
Oh
God.
my God, yeah. No, this is not.
Yeah.
We're not giving
But
medical
the,
advice
the
here.
body has the ability to heal itself. So, I kind of believe this. I believe in it.
Mm. I can't think about it too much, or my stomach will kind of flip. Yes.
Okay. We don't want to do no tummy flip flops here this
Mm-mm.
morning. Yeah.
So that's why I muted a minute ago. I'm like,
Wonder if I wonder if the cavemen figured that out a long time ago.
They probably did
Yeah, they probably chewed something with it too.
and
That
made like a paste.
uh-huh.
If you think about it, think of some of those National Geographics that used to be on, they may still, I just don't watch TV, but you'd watch, they did put something in their mouth and chew, like to paste it up,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember. For the natives,
Right. Right.
there's a lot of, that's what I'm looking to do is to try to, I'm so medicine sensitive that I'm trying to take the homeopathic or, the natural way as much as I can because after this many years, I'm lucky. It's just day by day, Brenda.
Yeah, I know, Kimberly, but please don't depend on that 100%. Um, you need to still see your doctor for blood work and to
Oh,
find out
well,
what's
I'm still going to the
going on.
doctor. I got more bad news yesterday, which I, I can't talk about right now.
Do you take vitamin D?
Yeah, I'm vitamin D deficient. I have to take
Okay, but be
lots of
careful
extra.
with vitamin D because the body doesn't always process it, metabolize it the way it should. And when it goes through the digestive system, it has to be filtered out in different ways. When high doses go through the kidneys, see, vitamin D needs calcium
Mhm.
and it could create kidney stones, calcific kidney stones, which, mostly 99% of kidney stones are calcium.
Mhm.
They're made of calcium. And when you do high doses of vitamin D and you're not metabulating them the way you're supposed to, when they
Mhm.
go through the kidneys, they create calcium, and then you wind up with kidney stones.
Well, right now my body's doing nothing that it's supposed to. All your my central nervous system is involved.
Hmm.
Which affects all the melon around your nerves,
I know.
not only from the neuropathy side, but from the MS side.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's affecting my organs, so that they watch those carefully. But if I don't take vitamin D, or before I realized that I was deficient, because I take Caltrate plus D,
Uh-huh.
or just because of not having a thyroid, I started
Yeah.
that immediately, and
Yeah.
they had me start taking D3s on top of that, like I think it's 2,000 micrograms, maybe.
When I got my kidney stone, I was taking very high doses of vitamin D that were recommended from the doctor. I wound
If
up
you,
with a kidney stone. It was only 2 millimeters, but when I passed it, and it was analyzed, I got to see a picture of it, and it was nothing but like spikes. It was like a little spike ball with needle sharp spikes. And
yeah.
I'm telling you, that is the worst pain you could ever imagine.
Well, you know
Oh,
what? How I figured out how I knew something was wrong. I mean, other than my symptom was every time I would try to walk, it felt like I had nothing covering my bones, like I was walking on bones, like a skeleton.
oh, wow.
My bones hurt deep, just into the bones. And I'm like, you need to check my, you know, blood,
Yeah,
because I have to give myself B12 injections. And with not having the thyroid, I know to watch my D levels. And because I went without insurance, I hadn't seen an endocrinologist since maybe a couple times since they took my thyroid, once my levels got leveled out. Um, but that was my symptom was, and once I got that extra vitamin D in me on a daily, that entire like walking on a skeleton feeling, it's extreme, went away.
oh, cool. Do they make
So
you
that
drink milk with it, or take
mm-mm.
calcium with it?
No, I just take the Caltrate, like the bone.
Caltrate. Well, okay, well, there's calcium in that, I think, ain't it?
Right, it's Caltrate. It's vitamin D. It's Caltrate with vitamin D, but it's for bone health. Um, and then I take the what is it, Nature's Bounty D3s,
Uh huh. Yeah, I'm telling you,
the
our
2,000.
food, our soils are so depleted, we don't get the nutritions that we need.
Mm-mm. It's weird because I've had cravings for things that I've never had in my life, and just out of the box, oh, that sounds good, and I'll pick it up, and evidently that's something that my body needed.
Uh huh.
Um, and that'll happen. I may eat it for a month, have to get it off and on, and then that phase will be gone.
Yeah,
It Your body has a way of telling you things. It's if you listen to it, and
it
had to,
does. Right.
I've had to learn to listen with having a span of not having my specialty doctors in my life and having to rely on two doctors, I to do the minimalist things because I couldn't have testing and stuff done, afford to have it done,
Uh-huh.
um, and still have a home or, not be homeless. That medical is expensive on the self-pay note. They make it so you can't tend to yourself.
If the person is listening to my live that just sent me the link, I'm going to check this out. Looks like a good song. Yeah, somebody just sent me a link to a song.
Yeah, I've got to go fix. My mother-in-law is going to be 101 years old this month. I'll tell you,
Wow.
this is the first year that she's really, she's still got her wits and everything about her. Her eyesight's not good at all.
Mhm.
But she's up and moving around most days better than I am.
Let me
She's
just send
getting
her
bad
this.
about, oh, are you going to play a song or are you going to
Oh,
listen to it later?
I think I'll listen to it later.
That one that we listened to the other day, I like that really well. You'll have to relay that message whenever.
Okay.
If you feel like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is a song. Not sure, but it looks like it might be, and it looks like it
Oh,
might be a good song. Judging by the the graphic that I'm looking at and the title. It says "Bad Flower Ghost." So, oh, she's probably calling me. Hold on, let me see. I gotta take this call.
alrighty. You want to
My
end
voice,
I don't know if anybody else is here or not, or if someone's in the chat.
my voicemail's gonna get that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't see chat to keep you going or anything. So,
Yeah, there's nothing going on in chat,
all
but
right. Well, I can.
I'm gonna leave this up on my channel, and I'm not going to have the chat replay, but the video will be up on my channel for a
Okay.
while. So, yeah, if you ever want me to edit anything out, I can just always re-upload just the art part or anything like that too.
Brenda, you're fine if you want to edit just because it's your art channel. If you don't want topics in
Um,
there,
it don't
that's
matter.
fine with me.
It doesn't on this channel. It
Either
doesn't.
way, if
What I am
if
going to do.
people if
Uh,
people are that freaking miserable
uh,
that they have to, oh, I have more power to you.
I really
Karma's
don't.
a bitch.
Yeah, but see, Kimberly, I don't care because
I
there's
don't
nothing
either.
I can do to help miserable people. They have to help themselves, and
No,
they're
and
responsible for that.
I'm not
I'm not.
giving it
I can't
second
help it.
thoughts.
I mean, yeah, I got a lot going on. I've got health problems, but I'm not miserable.
No, I'm not either. I'll just tell you,
You
fuck
know,
off. I won't even tell you to fuck off. I'll block
yeah,
your ass. I don't
right.
give a shit. I haven't
And
been on YouTube. The only reason why I'm here now, I pop in occasionally. I've got close to 3,000, let's see, seven other, you know, I'm not, I've never just been on YouTube. I've been on other platforms. I
yeah,
just don't divulge all the locations and what my stuff's called. I don't feel the need to brag about it. Or
yeah,
I've never, I've grown organically. And as much
right.
as I've wanted to grow in the different places I'm growing.
I'm
And
just a small channel, and I'm just as happy as can be. Hi,
I like
Connie.
it.
Connie just
I
joined
like it.
chat.
I like it smaller, because I get to know people, um, in different places. I may discuss different things or share different things with whatever group. It just whatever.
Well, every
I
platform has a
I
different
just
kind of feeling, you know.
right, right. And I've not liked this feeling here for a while. And I'll pop in and out and say hey and spread some love around, because
That's cool.
I'm not any different from the day I joined you too. I've
Yeah.
not done anything to anyone. And I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to get on the other topic. I do have to go fix her something to eat. And hi, Proud. I can't see what
Yeah.
she's saying or anything, but I do have
Um,
to go fix her some breakfast.
yeah, she sent me a link to some breaking news, and I do have to get going too. It's almost 10 o'clock. I have an insurance claims guy coming out to my place today to assess
Good
lightning
deal.
damage and figure things out with that.
Oh,
So,
well,
Proud says, Kimberly, you've done great and stayed out of the drama. She gave you a good compliment, and I
oh,
compliment you
thank
for
you.
the same. You
Oh,
really have
thanks.
done
I
a
mean,
great
I just
job.
can't.
Yeah, I wish
Yeah,
I
and
didn't get involved. But
I
going to
this
court was the problem that kept me involved. It was, the whole court thing, and if it wasn't for that, I would have been long gone, off
yeah.
into my own, like
Well,
my
the
own
problem
world.
is if after you went to court had it stopped, the talking about you even being at court kept
Hmm.
the everything so raw, and then this is my opinion,
Well,
it's
it
not a
kept making it
setup, it's not
hard.
anything, but when you've got people talking about that years
Well, yeah,
later,
the
it
gang used that court case to harass me. And
it
that's why I kept bringing it up. It kept causing a reaction, cause
yeah,
and effect.
yeah,
But yeah, I
but
probably
I
would have
just
gotten out and um, got away from all of this myself. I
yeah.
really admire people who are able to not get involved with um,
Oh,
pockets
trust me, I have a
that,
lot to say, but you know, especially to one person, but or a couple, at least a couple.
yeah,
But I have to control that because if I don't,
you'll wind up in a negative
it
place.
it
It
I'm
brings you,
not. I rather go outside and feel the sun on my face than piss with any
right.
of that
It
shit.
it does
I'm
pull you
sorry
into
for cussing, but I am
it
at the point I give no.
it pulls you into a darkness, and that darkness is hard to work your way out of.
It's bring. Sometimes it's hard to watch. I can't. It, I just can't.
We got to stop
Sometimes
talking
just
about it. Stop
yeah,
thinking about it.
yeah. It's causing me my. Like I said, I'll discuss it when I'm ready. What happened yesterday, but
Okay.
I'm just trying. If I talk about it, I'm gonna start crying, and I already cried most of the evening. So I'm like, I ain't going there today. I did pretty well with lasting as many hours as I did yesterday, without doing it. But sadly, throughout the night, it hit me. The more research I was doing, the more anxiety it was giving me, and that's
Yeah.
where I'm at today.
Nights are kind of tough
Hmm.
because,
Hmm.
it's like you're alone in your own bubble.
Well, it's a fact. Well, I'll talk to you about it another time.
When you're ready.
Yeah.
You got my number.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. Well, I'm
kiddo,
gonna hop off and go
and I'm gonna
feed
hang
her.
it up too for the day.
You
And
have a good one, and you have a good one too, Proud and PK,
two,
whoever else is in here.
I'm
Hopefully
gonna
Charles
ask.
is okay. I haven't seen him around for a while either.
You know, I'm
He's
gonna
been quiet
ask
here.
Proud if there's anything she wants to come up and say.
All
And
right.
if she doesn't, then I'm gonna hang it up. But I only got like 20 more minutes, and I got to get going. So Proud, if you want to come on up, I'll drop the link. There's the link in the chat if you want to come up, say anything. But I got to make it quick. I only got about 20 minutes. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. You're good. So I'm going to just delete that link. So I want you people to be happy, be positive, be loved. And I want to thank everybody for joining me. I appreciate every single one of you that come visit my chat and help chat to run smooth. So other than that, we will catch you later. Connie, I think I'm going to wrench you up um, after I end this stream. So next time you come back, you'll have a wrench. But you're not obligated to be here, every time I go live. It's just if you see me pop in, you got a wrench. So you can drop links if you want to and do your thing. I would like, my chat to run smooth and hassle free. I don't want a hostile environment. I just want nothing but good vibes because we need that in our life. And that's kind of like my mission is to provide a place where people don't get trolled and harassed. So having said that, thank you guys. Have a lovely day. I might be back later, just never know. And I'll probably be back tomorrow or possibly later on to work on this painting some more or show you how I've progressed. You guys take it easy.